Welcome back, everyone. This is Physical Education with Coach. I am your coach, Coach Cullen Carroll, and today we're going to visit Flexibility Series 3. Listen for the exercises and try to hold the stretch for the entire duration of time. Here we go. We're going to start with an overhead reach. So we're going to take our left hand, put it over our right hand, and then reach straight up overhead. What we're looking here is for some of those big back muscles and some of those big shoulder muscles, right? So deltoids, we're looking for latissimus dorsi, which is basically a giant muscle on your back. We just want to free up the ability for our arms to move efficiently and not be stiff. There we go. We're going to switch it up. We're going to now take our right arm, put it over our left arm. We're going to do the same stretch. I always like to do things evenly for the same amount of time on both sides, right? We want to be balanced after all. And remember, this is a tough one to remember to breathe. So in the mouth, in the nose, out the mouth. Okay, we're going to transition here to a simple wrist extension. So as you can see, I'm taking my fingers on my right hand and I'm using my left hand to pull that wrist joint, which is right here, into extension. Okay, and we're going to hold that. We want to feel a lot of pressure on the front side here. This is where the tension should be. All right, when we're done, we're going to take that joint immediately into flexion. And I'm not going to take you through all the long-winded names of the forearm. So we're going to keep it simple. When we're in extension, we're stretching the wrist flexors. When we're in flexion, we're stretching the wrist extensors. All right. After we do the right side here, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the opposite side. And I'm not going to talk as much because I want us to focus on the breathing aspect. Here we go. We're now on the left wrist, we're pulling it into extension and in the nose, out the mouth. In the nose, in the nose, out the mouth. Go ahead and transition. We're now in flexion for our left wrist. Flexion for the left wrist. You'll notice here I have some funky mobility in my left wrist compared to my right wrist. If you go back and watch the video, I actually have a metal pin in one of the bones in my left hand. So I have a little bit of an issue when it comes to mobility, but it's nothing intense. Okay, we're going to lay on our back. We're going to transition to a hamstring stretch. We call this one the hamstring raise. We're going to stick our leg straight up in the air. We're going to try to keep our back flat. And we're going to try and pull that leg as close to our body as we can without our back rounding. Okay, we don't want our knee to bend either. We want this to be purely in the hamstring musculature. Try to pay attention to the clock at the same time. Go ahead and switch to the other side. There we go, I can see better from here. So I got some pretty flexible hamstrings. I imagine this will be a lot tougher for you if you've never stretched your hamstrings before. You might only get to about here. Okay, if that's the case, just grab lower. And again, try to keep your knee straight and extended. And just pull back till you feel that stretch in the hamstrings here. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to sit up and transition to an opposite side quad stretch. So grab onto that support again, grab your opposite ankle, and go ahead and pull that foot into the butt again. Similar to the last series, we're just looking to stretch the quadricep muscles. Okay, like I said, since we spend a lot of time up, walking around, standing, sitting, these muscles do take a lot of the force. Okay, so they tend to be the ones that are going to stiffen up They're going to cause a lot of issues in the hips and the knees. And just a simple quad stretch, maybe a couple times a day, especially if you're seated at your desk all day long, it's going to help you immensely. Just to loosen up some of that stiffness and free up some of the ability to move at the hips and the knees without any of those issues. And we'll call it. Great job, guys. Once again, this is the flexibility series. Keep up with some of the other exercises, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.